Got it. Got it. Sorry.
Okay,
Thank you. Sorry about that, friends. Yes. Oh my God. Got it. Thank you. Bye. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm always doing a couple of things and I forgot to turn my sound on. Yes. Welcome, everyone. If anyone would like a reading from me, direct to my website below or call me, text me on my YouTube number. Having said that, I'll make it short. I am sure you guys have heard that Eric Trump has said that he is thinking of running for president. And as we know, whenever his father says he's thinking of doing something, that's his way of getting used to the idea of that's what he's going to do. And Eric's wife is thinking of running for the Senate. I don't think intuitively. First of all, it would be very tough. That's what I was getting this morning after I heard that she's thinking of running for the Senate. It's hard work, and I don't feel she's cut out for it. That's the first thing, okay? I mean, pampered life, campaign whenever she feels like it. I don't think we'll get her there. Yes, she has the name recognition, and she's in North Carolina, and we know what happened to, not what happened to him, nothing happened to him, but Tillis is quitting his Senate job. That's why she's thinking of taking on the spot, but it's a tough, it's going to be a tough campaign. Let's put it that way. I don't think she's up to it. But to go back to what I was talking originally, Eric's ambition to become next president after his father leaves the White House. I have been saying this for a long time. I've said it repeatedly, that since the first day these people, they walked into the White House, and I have no way of verifying this, but it felt like to me when they went to visit before they officially moved in, when they have to give you a tour or something you have to make, when they went to meet with Obama after he won the first time, the way I am getting them is like Fruitcake and his family, and Ivanka and her husband started talking about they can get used to this. And then it feels like to me, and they were walking, by some shrubs. That's the picture I always get when I remember this, okay? The family walking by some shrubs. Thank you very much, Mr. Morris, for re-enrolling into the membership. I appreciate it. For renewing your membership, I'm sorry. Re-enrolling, renewing, thank you. Yes, that's the picture I always get. And they started talking how they could go about a takeover of the government. That's always been there on their mind. And that's why Fruitcake did not hesitate after he lost the election in 20 to send a bunch of insurrectionists to kill, what's his name, Pence, and everyone else they could put their hands on to stop the process. He didn't have, obviously we all know he had no qualm about it. Let me tell you, Eric saying this is very serious. And he's not saying it, it's because he has the blessing of his father. And if you read the statement or the way they said it, he said if after the term of his father's term runs out, you know, again, to me, we have a bunch of politicians that are pure cowards. And I'm disappointed in some Democrats. And specifically, please tell me if I know they don't have power, and I'm going along with that. I mean, I understand it. I'm not blaming them for that. But you know, Leader Jeffrey, okay, when you are dealing with people like fruitcake, you can't be timid, and you have to force them to face who they are. Intuitively, I feel they should be reminding that entire family that they are fraudsters. Believe me, it would work. And if you notice, if you shrank, they step up and, you know, come against you. But the minute you're standing up to them, they back off. And we have, you know, Liz Cheney, okay, among others. They didn't back off. They say, bring it on. That's what you have to do. I feel Jeffrey should be calling fruitcake out every day and remind him, and everything that he does, you link, okay? I am not a politician. Yes, I do this, you know, I do readings, and I have an understanding of what's going on, but I'm not an expert like those guys are. They have all the information in front of them. Intuitively, I feel they have to change tactic. That's one of you calling me. I don't know if there is something wrong. Volume. I don't have a volume problem. I have no way of, I didn't play with the volume, sorry. Thank you. No, I know there's nothing wrong because, yes, please let Haiku know that please check her volume. In any event, thank you, Mr. Morris. If Mr. Morris can hear me, so something is wrong with her device. Yes, I feel Hakim, Leader Jeffries should go after him. There is no Mike Gann, Jem. It should be the same. I didn't change the volume. Sorry, friends. I don't have a volume issue. There's no way. I mean, my gain is set up the same way it's been. Sorry. I don't have a volume problem. Okay, I'm gonna have to keep going because I can't, I don't have a button, a knob, I have to, it's on your side, Swarat, okay? At any event, these people have to start reminding. Thank you very much, Diana, for renewing your membership. I appreciate it. Thank you, Diana. Yes, I know. I didn't do anything. I didn't touch the volume. Thank you, Craig Dixon, for renewing. I appreciate it. Yes, they're going to have to change tactics and embarrass this guy, because that's what he's doing. He's not afraid to calling Democrats traitors, all kinds of names, and Democrats are sitting there being nice. You can't do that with him, okay? They have to step up and meet him halfway. Thank you, Arlene Forney. Yes, I know. I know the system well now, better than before, because I've had a few problems. It's working fine. But the thing is, if they continue to be nice, playing politics the way the way they are used to, and not change tactic, and meet the Trump family where they are, remind them they are convicted felons, and they've been convicted for, it's not only one, the father, it's not only Trump Sr., Eric, and the entire family are banned to conduct any charity or any business that has to do with charities in New York State. They have to do that, intuitively, I feel, okay, to stop. Patricia Epperson agrees with me. Thank you, Jeffrey. Is a big disappointment. Yes, I was thinking about it all weekend. But to go back to Eric, the person that's going to run against them, it feels like to me, Newsom is going to be one of them. Okay. The African-American governor, I believe it's in Pennsylvania. He's in Pennsylvania. I would not be surprised if he runs. And also, I forget his name, he's governor as well. I believe he's probably governor of Maryland. I probably have those two flipped. Okay. He had the governor's mention was somebody tried to set it on fire or did set it on fire. I forget his name. Thank you very much. Westmore is one of them. And then the other one from Maryland. Josh Shapiro, thank you very much. E.J. Goldbutton, yes. I am confident those guys are not going to be afraid. And Westmore is not going to play because he has the military background, he has the intelligence, he has the chops. He will devour Eric. Intuitively, it feels like he's thinking about it. I've been watching him, okay? And believe it or not, you guys, I was wondering if I had it backward. Westmore is governor of Maryland. Thank you. And Josh Shapiro is Pennsylvania. The thing is, once you do that, you put them in the back footing, and then you start calling out. Well, when I say calling out, not in any bad way. Intuitively, I feel if you start raising the consciousness of those who support them, is this who you want? And then you use the example of what the father is doing today to this country. He's decimating it. I'm not sure. I don't think it's going to be Shapiro. Okay? Those three, I feel, are the strongest right now to run for president. But intuitively, I feel things may change, you guys. Okay, I'm being honest. I mean, you guys know me for 7 years now, going on 8. Westmore and Newsom, it feels like to me are in front. That may change, but I'm getting Newsom really interested. Westmore seriously considering it. Shapiro, it's on his mind, but he's busy with other things, okay? But I feel all three of those guys will or have the strength of personality to take that family. You can't take one. At this point, you have to take on the entire family and remind them, embarrass them. That's what you have to do. And remind them of what they are doing today, how they lied to people, destroying our economy, robbing the poor of their, measly benefits. taking their health insurance away. Guys, I'm going to repeat this one more time. You remember I said a couple of years ago, about 3 years ago now, I said what the wealthy were going to do to us. That's what Trump is doing. Okay? Make us sick. Okay? Hungry. No roof over our head because we don't have enough money. Everything is super expensive. And in the streets, you don't have time to bug them. I'm surprised it's not obvious to the majority of Americans yet. But that's where we're heading if some way, somehow, somebody don't stop Fruitcake's bad policies. But Eric, I feel, based on the way I'm getting the people who will run against him, it's going to be fun to watch, and it will be very embarrassing for them. Yes, he will start complaining because he's like his dad. Okay. He can run. I wish he would. It would be fun to watch. Because Westmore, Newsom, he can come close to any of those people. And Westmore, I'm sure, I wish, the reason why I said I wish Westmore, I hope I'm right when it comes to Westmore, is because he's a former military. This guy is a combat vet. He's not afraid. He is, Newsom as well, not because he was in the military. Newsom and Shapiro will do it too. But for some reason, I don't know why, please you guys tell me why. I'm not sure why, but I feel West definitely is better suited to take on the Trumps, to remind them of who they are. They've not done much for this country except for enriching themselves on our backs and then making racism great again. But he won't win. He doesn't have, well, I mean, it doesn't take much. The reason why he lose, MAGA is not transferable. The father controls MAGA, and the way they're doing it, and we know what they are doing, they have a group of violent people who are threatening Republicans, keeping them in line. That's not transferable. Once the father leaves, yes, we're going to have, I mean, it's going to be a challenging period for this country. But we will recover. Economically, it's going to be a lot more difficult because some of the stuff that he's doing, I'm just shocked. We will get into that in a second. But I would enjoy watching Eric lose, and he will lose because MAGA, I don't feel he can take over the MAGAs. And you know something else? By the time he decides to run, they'll have enough of his father, the majority of the MAGA base. That's what I feel. So my prediction is he can try. It will be fun to watch because I'm seeing Westmore. I'm seeing Westmore debating him, and he is not looking very good. I'm going, it's on video. We'll see what happens. But he has, because his father has been able to do it. He thinks he's smarter than his dad. Okay, I mean, I guess anybody's smarter than his dad. So if his father can do this, and he's not the only one, a bunch of Republicans think the same way too, and they're right. Okay, but specifically Eric, he can lie as well as his father, or even better. One better, that's how he feels. So he thinks he's going to be able to lie, but by the time he comes around, And America right now understand that his father is a pathological liar. And by that time as well, more people will be calling his father a pathological liar. Right now, we hear people say it, not enough politicians are doing it, but more politicians will be doing it. And about a year or so, if he's still in the people's house. That's my prediction. But if you hear about, I'm sure you guys, if you haven't heard about it, you hear it now, you're going to hear it again. I don't feel he's going to make it. That's the way I feel. And he's unelectable. And it's going to be, his father is not helping him. Let's put it that way. Now, that bill that they are trying to push through Congress, the fruitcake bill, big, beautiful, big, ugly bill, okay, they're going to pass a version of it, unfortunately. But the reason why I posted this is because Tom Tillis, I'm sure all of you know, decided to retire because he found it unconscionable. I was surprised, to be honest with you, when a Republican has a conscience. But the thing is, he's not the only one who's thinking that way, who basically said, you know what, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm not going to run. You can't do anything to me. You can get anyone you want to run for the seat. And as I'm saying this, I'm being shown his daughter-in-law, Trump's daughter-in-law, I don't remember her name, Lara. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if that's who he wants to put in that slot. And Tillen caught a wind of it. I would not be surprised. But the thing is, there are a lot more people in the House and in the Senate, and that's why I've been saying to you guys, it feels like to me the Republican Party, among the leadership, will break into three different groups, okay? And I said that before. Some of them, I don't know how they were going to do it or how you do it. They may even leave the party, okay? That's how angry some of them are, because they feel like they are being forced. And that's what Fruitcake is doing, forcing them, threatening them. A lot of them are getting tired. That's what happened to Tillis. I said Tillen before, I'm sorry. Tillis. That's what happened to him. He got tired of being pushed around. And a lot of them in the House are tired of it as well, or are getting tired of it. And I feel that's what's going to precipitate an uprising. That's the word I was getting this morning when I was thinking about this. I would not be surprised, because of the way they are being treated, forced to vote against their conscience and against their constituents. And also, because I'm being shown ICE. The thing is, I don't know how many of you heard, they have enough money. I don't remember how many billions they are going to be allocating to ICE over the next 5 years. They're going to hire 10,000 agents. My friends, I don't think they're going to be able to continue to arrest immigrants for another 6 months because of the economy. Right now, as I mentioned last week, I believe the governor of Nebraska called fruitcake, and a lot of wealthy farmers are complaining. No one around to pick up the crops. It's going to have a major impact on food supply. In fact, I was reading that this morning, okay, and I was like, this can't continue. I know they don't care, but the upheaval that's going to ensue, people protesting, and there is something they are doing. I don't know how many of you saw last week, senior citizens on wheelchair, they handcuffed them using plastic wraps. It is a way, they were instructed to do that, to let people know we don't care. We're going to treat you like garbage, because that's the way we see ourselves. I'm talking about Fruitcake and his family, Norman Company, and his cabinet. But intuitively, I feel like saying we are approaching a period. It's fraught with danger, where people, they're not going to stay home and allow what's happening to take place. And then it's hitting them in their pockets. Not only they don't have enough money to shop, but there isn't enough to go around. The next 6 months is going to tell the tale. And you're going to see how fast or how many people are going to take to the streets and demand change. So there are a number of things that are coming together that are going to force change. And Justice Robert, doing what he did, and I don't know how many of you guys, I know I am I'm branching into something, but I have to say this because he's being shown to me. He said he doesn't care about those who are on the losing side with the birthright citizenship stuff. He understood exactly what he was doing, but when I heard he said that, I was focusing on him. These people have never faced great challenges in their lives. They've always been privileged. They don't understand the common man, what you go through every day to earn a living. So he dropped this bomb, allowed Fruitcake to do what he's doing, making our lives harder, okay? And we know Fruitcake, he's not only going to do it. Well, I'm sorry, let me backtrack a little bit. What Robert and the conservative did, okay, declare that one judge can't be allowed to blanketly say, stop anything, executive orders that Fruitcake put out. You can't do it for the entire country. You have to do it for the people who are part of the lawsuit. Something like that. He knew exactly what he was doing. Okay? And right now he's letting us know that he really doesn't care. I mean, he's not, the way he put it, it's like, I'm not attacking you, but since there's going to be a winner and a loser in every case, the losers are going to be sore. That's the way he's putting it. But that is to show you how insensitive these people are. But the liberal side, they've worked hard to get to where they are. They understand the common man, except for Thomas, who understands, what being poor is. But he hates himself. Whatever, that's a whole other psychology. I'm not a psychologist. We're not going to get into that. But to go back to what I was saying, people like Robert is enabling and giving. I told you guys that before as well. Any edge he can give to a Fruitcake, he'll do it. Okay, but all those things are aggravating the Republican leadership because it's making their lives much harder. And there is something else the Democrats are doing that's very smart. They are holding town hall meetings in those Republican districts. And those guys don't know how to go about, I'm talking about Republicans, defending themselves and what they are doing. And that's why I'm saying my prediction is there is potential here for a breakup of people, representatives in the House. And Tillis is a symptom. It's just the beginning, it feels like to me. He's not the only one in the Senate who's thinking that way. Oh, Bacon in the House just said he's not going to run for re-election for the same reason. I almost forgot about Bacon as I'm talking about Tillis. The picture of him is shown to me. The same thing. Those guys are acting on their belief in how they feel this is going. They are not the only one. Watch. Fruitcake is pushing his luck. My friends, I'm not minimizing the challenges this country is facing with this guy at the helm. Okay? I'll tell you, this morning I woke up worried. And every time I woke up during the middle of the night, I woke up about 2 or 3 times. Yeah. That's the first thing that comes to mind. I'm keeping an eye on it. Okay? He doesn't have to think, since that's the way he is, bullying, brutalizing, and he's not very smart. He doesn't understand the right way of doing things. Okay? Everything is like with a sledgehammer, since he's, that's what he's done all his life, constructions. Okay? The first thing he does is pick up a sledgehammer. So that's what he's doing, because he doesn't have the understanding, the logic, the foresight to critically think about anything, how he could fix anything. That's what's going on with him. And every Republican, okay, who's playing game, trying to appease him, that's what a lot of them are doing in the House and in the Senate. They think they can outsmart him, he'll go away. My friends, let me tell you, intuitively I feel, if Fruitcake can find a way to cancel elections, he'll do it. He doesn't want to leave the White House. Him putting those flagpoles there, okay, and basically ripped up the garden, the Rose Garden. I don't remember how they call it. I believe they call it the Rose Garden, right, in the White House. He ripped it up, cemented over it, poured cement over it. It's a patio now, cemented patio, okay? It's because and he decorated the Oval Office, gold all over the place. He doesn't intend to live in 4 years. And if he does, okay, he wants one of his kids, just like they do in North Korea. He doesn't want to just leave. It's either he stays for life or somebody in his family takes over. That's the way he's thinking. And a lot of people, I'm not saying he's gonna, I'm saying intuitively what I feel when I focus on him. And I'm pointing out to you the signs that that's what he's thinking. Okay? He doesn't want to leave. He loves that lifestyle. And that's why, he barks at everybody who does anything. He thinks he can rule the world. But this is going to come crashing. I don't know exactly when. It's not going to work. The only thing, my worst thing is I can't tell you exactly when it's going to happen. But when it comes crashing, it's going to be, they thought it was humiliating and embarrassing the last time he was kicked out of the White House. Watch. It's going to be worse this time. There's something else I'm not going to say. But it's not going to be pretty, my friends. That's my prediction. Let me see. And as far as, guys, did you see, this is the wrong time. I'm going to give you a quick, and to really what I feel. What Bezos and his wife are doing, I'm not sure it's him. I mean, I don't have anything against, I don't remember her name, okay? But it feels like to me, she is the one who wanted a huge wedding like that, and a spectacle. These people are not thinking. This is, they should think French Revolution. There is potential for that to happen. These people are getting richer and richer. Trump is giving them tax breaks and impoverishing people like myself and lower economically, okay? And for him to throw out a $50 million wedding, he went to Italy, basically take over an entire city, I think. Watch that. They're not going to be able to live it down. They basically almost booted him out. I'm not quite sure how they managed to make peace with the residents of that city. But watch how that's going to turn out. And one more little tidbit I just read, I have to say this. Somebody who knows Elon very well said the fight between him and Trump is not over. Because the guy, Elon, was a member of the board and his company, and how he went about, they had a major falling out and they had a fight. He had to fire Elon and get rid of him, and prevented Elon from doing anything to disrupt or ruin his company. He said, and I believe him, you know what I mean? Elon has a whole lot of ways he can affect Fruitcake's life, and it's true. He has the money, and some people in Congress and the Senate, they need money, they want money. There are a number of ways. When I read that, I'm like, I've been telling you guys, but I did not know why. When I read that, I'm like, okay, that's why I felt that stuff is not over. That fight between him, Elon, and Fruitcake is not over. And I feel he's going to do things. Any level that he has, they deserve one another. Let them fight. I'm here for it. They're going to destroy one another. Watch that space. That's my prediction. And with Diddy, they're getting the jury is getting the case today, my friend. I have not seen any changes as far as how they view him. And you know something? This morning, that's what I got, so I'm going to go with it, okay? I would be surprised if they don't have a verdict before the weekend. For some reason, I feel like saying 3. I don't think it's 3 weeks. I think it's 3 days. Let's see what happens. That's how bad I feel it is, but let's see what happens. That's my prediction. Sorry, friends. I kept on talking. Did those of you who are having a sound problem? Melon and Fruitcake. I like melon. That's a good one. All right. Jojo Time says, how long will the deliberate? Oh, yeah. No, I would be surprised if it goes over the weekend, because of their minds. That's what I was getting this morning. Okay, when I was thinking about it, I was in the bathroom. In fact, I think, you know, I don't want to go to the barber, so I cut my own hair as I was with the clipper. I was thinking about it, and that's when I felt I didn't think it was going to last very long. Everybody's saying for me to turn up the volume. I don't have a volume. Okay, I'll have to look into this, but I didn't change any other settings. Okay. And I'm looking for questions. Judah says fruitcake will leave feet first. I don't want to get into that too much, but I wouldn't be surprised. Gracie 45 says no FEMA money and budget. No. I mean, and then Gracie 45 said is the money going to ICE? It feels like they're playing all kind of games right now with, I don't remember exactly how much money ICE is getting, but it's a tremendous amount, okay? And by the way, intuitively I feel it's not only going to be for migrants. It's baloney. It's a cover. As we know, you cannot believe anything Fruitcake says, okay? That's gonna be his brown shirt people, security, okay? That's what he's doing. And Republicans who are playing games with him, good luck to them. Silent says, Fruitcake could be out of power. Oh yeah, but you see, you have to understand, I agree with you, okay? Silent 08X, okay? But the thing is, he doesn't think that way. So I am reading and telling you guys what they are thinking and what they are planning. And that's why I always tell you, don't worry about it. Because this is my job to inform you guys what they are up to, okay? But the only thing I can be wrong about, I may think between now and March of 26, I don't see him, but I can confuse time. That's why I keep reminding you, I can confuse time, but this is not gonna end well, okay? And if you see some of the stuff he's been doing lately, attacking everyone, okay? I mean, he feels so powerful. He thinks he can get away with everything, and in fact, that's why Eric feels he should run for president. Like I said, it's not something he's just saying. It's because that's what his father is saying to him. With his help, he can put him in the White House because, he's an imperialist president. Yeah, let's see how that works out. I mean, one more thing I didn't have enough time to get into it. And I've said it before, the fight between Republicans and Fruitcake to just put Eric as a candidate. Oh, Lord. As I told you before, people like Leonard Leo, Fruitcake is only a means to an end. They are using one another, okay? There is a fight that's to come among Republicans and him. Let's see what happens. All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for spending time with me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. Lisa says, Milu, why did 128 House Democratic representatives agree with the House Republicans who voted against Al Green to impeach? To be honest with you, because they think it's a waste of time for what Representative Al Green is doing. I don't think it's true, okay? But a lot of Democrats, unfortunately, we know how they are. It's difficult to make force cats to work on formation, but you guys know what I mean, okay? They like cats. All right, everyone. Thank you for spending time with me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilu.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. If you feel like donating to the channel, you can use my email, psychicmilu@aol.com, or Psychic Milu. I have Venmo now. I'm going to work on my Cash App after this. Psychic Milu at Psychic Milu on Cash App. I didn't do it yet, so don't send it. Venmo is up. $ Psychic Milu. That's the one for Venmo. So if you feel like donating, I'd appreciate it. If you like the channel, please subscribe. I think I'm 114 subscribers away from 50,000. So please help me get there if you are not a subscriber yet, and if you like the channel. And please give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. And I'm going to take a look at what this, if there is something with the sound. I didn't touch the sound at all. In fact, I was doing, yesterday I was helping Edgar Casey Center. I gave a talk, and I was doing readings. Nobody had any sound problems, and I have not touched this at all. So, but I will see. I'll let you guys know. I'll fix it if there's an issue. But those of you who have, I think you should please take a look at your audio as well. There are some volume that in your system you have to look at. Okay, options or icons. You have to please look into them as well. I will see. Oh, today's Monday, so I'll be back later on the other channel. Till then, bye.